Which one of us is doing an intro?
Uh, hey guys, welcome to um, we're uh the the club. Yes, that's us.
Uh, I am super fucking excited about this because it has a new Bard subclass, which is my favorite class.
Is it?
I love the Bard so much.
You know what? That's fair.
I
That is
fucking
extremely
love the
fair.
Bard so much. It also has a Cleric subclass and a Sorcerer subclass.
Oh ho ho! No, that's what
So
I'm interested in.
Cleric is spicy. Sorcerer, the only one I've been impressed with so far, subclass-wise, other than the Draconic Sorcerer, which is just vanilla subclass, is the Aberrant Mind, which is like the last Sorcerer subclass that came out, I think. If I'm not
Yeah,
fucking
I
that
think
up.
so. I think so.
But yeah, it's I haven't looked at any of this yet. I'm super excited, and the first one we get to read is the Bard. So the last one that came out for the Bard was the Bard of Eloquence, which I was super hyped about because it's literally just a really good talker and a debater.
Well, you might be a cunning linguist, but I'm a master debater.
Knowledge.
Bards believe the multiverse was given existence through word and sound, esoteric harmonies that continue to resound through existence, the song of creation. The bards of this college draw on this ancient power through performances of dance, music, or song to bring into being what they need most. Members of this so this is kind of like either like conjuration or not
Maybe more.
illusion, but like transmutation wizards, but for bards. It sounds
Yeah.
like just from that. Um,
Or like the weird inherent way, like sorcerers are like, yeah, there's just like this magic around, and I can use it.
I just kind of use this. I don't know.
I don't read.
Readings
That's
for
for nerds.
fucking nerds. I'm just naturally talented.
Right.
Members of this college might have developed their powers during experiences on other worlds or planes of existence. So you take a trip to the ethereal sea for your college trip, and you
Yep.
come back and you're able to create shit. Sounds like.
Yep. Yep, you're just like, well, you go on your like, the hiking trip you have to take to figure your way of life, figure
Right.
out who you really are. You just take a good old trip to another plane of existence, write a song about it, come back, you're real inspired.
These bards are the kids that go to Europe, like backpacking through Europe before they go to college, and then come back
Absolutely.
and they're like, I've seen the world, I'm better than all of you. this is gonna be a fun bard to play. Oh my god. Those who have seen the commonalities of multiple realities might have learned how to tap into truths most mortals glimpse only for a moment. Alternatively, the bard might find themselves out of step with their own home plane, reality, or time, their connections to elsewhere, allowing them to manipulate the space around them. Regardless of where a bard draws their powers from, other performers might be drawn to them, either to learn their secrets or to put an end of their dangerous manipulation of the Song of Creation. God damn.
You need to stop what you're doing. This is some dangerous magic.
He's too powerful to be left alive.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Oh my god, I'm all for this. Alright, so the first class feature, you get this right, is you pick the subclass. Assuming you've played Bard for 3 levels. You can manipulate the Song of Creation to summon a floating musical note of possibility. Whenever you give a creature a bardic inspiration die, you can create a note of potential. The note orbits within 5 feet of the creature. The note is a tiny object that is intangible and invulnerable, and it lasts until the creature rolls the bardic inspiration die. A creature with a note can use it in the following ways. Note of destruction. Immediately after the creature rolls the bardic inspiration die to add it to an attack roll, the creature can expend the note to create a burst of sound. Each other creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw against your spell DC or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the bardic inspiration die. So that would be really good to throw on like the tank or
Right.
whatever frontline fighter. You could throw it on a fucking cleric and it would work. As long as if they're surrounded by people, throw it on a barbarian, throw it on the fighter, throw it on the paladin, throw it on the cleric, the monk even, and just like, as long as they're within 5 feet of someone, just blast them with thunder damage, as well
Right.
as the attack that they're already doing. Immediately after the creature rolls the Bardic Inspiration die and adds it to a saving throw, the creature can expend the note to gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die plus your Charisma modifier, provided the creature doesn't already have temp hit points. Alright,
Huh.
that's a good just buff.
Yeah. Just to keep yourself alive, I guess.
Right. Right, so adds it to a saving throw. So, I mean, someone gets hit with fireball. They're like, fuck. Hit themselves with some temp hit points and maybe hopefully succeed the saving throw if you're, spending a Bardic Inspiration die on it.
Right.
Note of Inspiration. When the creature rolls the Bardic Inspiration die to add it to an ability check, the creature can expend the note to re-roll the Bardic Inspiration die and must use the second roll. So you basically get a weaker advantage.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you just get a second reroll, which is always nice for an ability check. If you roll a nat 1 and you're like, okay, it can't get worse from here.
Absolutely not. It's gotta be.
Two ones in a row.
Ooh. So it seems like the note, like so far, is just really good as a general like utility thing for bards,
Right,
or like whatever they want to do in that situation.
right. I mean, either way, you're going to be giving your Bardic Inspiration die away, so it just improves your Bardic Inspiration die, which most third level college features do, but this is a lot more, like you said, utility. Performance of creation. Your performance can manipulate. Let me try that again. Manipulate the magic of creation, briefly transforming the world around you. As an action, you can create one non-magical item of your choice in an unoccupied space within 10 feet of you. The item must appear on a surface or in a liquid that can support it. The GP value of the item can't be more than 10 times your bard level and must be no larger than a 10-foot cube. For examples of items you can create, see the armor, weapons, adventuring gear on tool to whatever. Fuck the player's handbook. The created item disappears at the end of your next turn unless you use your action to maintain it. Each time you use your action in this way, the item's duration is extended to the end of your next turn, up to a maximum of 10 minutes. If you maintain the item for the full 10 minutes, it continues to exist for a number of hours equal to your bard level. Once you create an item with this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, or until you expend a spell slot of 3rd level or higher to use this feature. You can have only one item created by this feature at one time. If you use this action and already have an item from this feature, the first one immediately vanishes.
Okay then.
Alright, that's a action you can create one. I have to read that again. I feel like that was a lot.
So it seems like you have the ability to create one item, any item, so long as at the time you get this, you'd be a 6th level bard. So basically, 60 gold pieces is something you can't exceed. You can't surpass a 10-foot cube. Well, other than those restrictions and the fact you have to maintain it, you can just make anything that fits those descriptions.
Yeah, anything as long as it's non-magical. So, I mean, just drop I know there's some wizard spells that, if I remember right, require a 50 gold piece diamond. I think
Yeah.
Chromatic Orb, which is a 1st level spell, which is pretty awesome. So, I mean, you put a wizard with a College of Creation bard and just start shelling out free fucking 50 gold piece diamonds. You've got Chromatic Orb for days.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't say you
well,
can't use it for spell components. So
Yeah, it just says as long as it doesn't exceed gold amount and that you maintain it, you can use it for however you want.
Alright, animating performance. Your mastery over the Song of Creation allows you to bring items to life. When you create a non-magical item using your performance of creation, you can instill life into it. Huh?
Yes. So finally, we can recreate Fantasia.
Yeah. Yes. The dancing item is under your control until the item vanishes or it is reduced to 0 hit points. Fucking A. In combat, the animated item shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes on its turn is the dodge action unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take one of the actions in its stat block or the dash, disengage, help, hide, or search action. When you use your Bardic Inspiration, you can command which action your animated item takes part of. Animated item takes as part of the same bonus action. So this is basically the Artificer's, not Homunculus, but Iron Defender. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But for bards, which just makes them even better. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, and there's the stat block dancing item.
Dancing item. So AC is 16, which is the same as leather armor with a full dex.
Right.
Scale mail with your +2 dex, or chain mail with no shield. So pretty solid. Yeah, it's a starting level character, basically, if you have your stats maxed. It's hit points.
Equally your level in this class times 5.
So at this point, it would be 14 times 5. So a pretty solid chunk of hit points. I'm not doing the math in my head right now.
70. It'd be 70.
There you go. Big brain Michael.
Wait, I did that. Did I? Yeah,
nope,
I did
that's
that
right.
Yeah,
Because 5 times 12 is 60, and then, yeah, we're good. Speed is 40, so it's faster than a normal person. Same speed as a barbarian. Or someone with the mobile feat. Saving throws are solid. You get strength and con. Its strength stats it's ripped. This thing is ripped.
Jesus.
It's immune to poison. It's immune to being charmed, exhausted, poisoned, or frightened.
It has dark vision?
It has dark vision for up to 60 feet, and it has its perception is 10. Passive. But whatever, it's got dark vision, which is solid. Understands the language you speak. So get the linguist feat and fucking pump this shit full of languages.
Could you imagine just tricking an enemy by like having your dancing item or whatever and like just having it go towards it and just start scaring them by speaking their language?
Start speaking infernal at a cleric. Just like
Incredible.
Endless Waltz. Immediately after the item makes a slam attack, it can take the dodge action as a bonus action. So okay.
Oh,
Jesus.
Alright then.
Okay, that's lit. The item is immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form. Okay, got a mutable form, so it can't get polymorphed or anything like that. Force Empowered Slam. Your spell attack modifier reach is 5 feet. One target you can see. 2d8 plus your charisma modifier in force damage.
My real question is that, so it just says for dancing item large or smaller construct, so is that just consider like whatever you make and like give it animation, would it consider for dancing item?
I guess so, because it says whenever you create a non-magical item using the performance of creation. So whatever you make from this, you can make into a familiar, basically, and start fucking shit up with it. So, I mean, if it's...
That's just interesting to me, because like you could make like, this is just what I thought of in my head. It was like the comparison between making a table, between making like a watch, and the watch could do the same amount of slam damage as a table.
A watch just comes up and decks you in the temple, and you're like, that just did 2d8 plus 5 if you're maxed. Like, Jesus.
Menacing watch. I really thought that the way they would take it with it, I like the idea of the dancing item, and I understand the faults in what I was gonna say, but I thought I was gonna be like, oh, you can make more items, like higher level you do, the more items you can make.
Right, and I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the flaw in that is that you would have a bunch of items that could do 2d8 plus your charisma modifier that have to take their turns after your turn.
Yeah, and at this level, you'll be doing, 14 times 10? It can't be more than 10 times your bard level. So, I mean, you've got a $140 or gold piece item. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what a sword costs off the top of my head. I think it's 50 gold pieces. So you could have done this a while ago, but you could make a sword and just start smacking people with it.
Right.
It does 2d. It does more damage theoretically on average than an actual longsword would do. So.
Don't give a fuck if it kill me.